Let's see, who's on the list? Hello, is this Danny HC?
Yes, who is this?
Well, my name is Jay Hova. I'm the owner of Hova Apple Orchards. I was just calling to offer you my forgiveness today.
Excuse me? I don't even know you.
Well, allow me to explain. Your grandfather used to work for me, and during that time on my apple orchard here in Washington, he stole an apple from me and ate it during his time at work.
Um, so what?
Well, so I fired him on the spot, of course. I told him he'd have a great job and an excellent salary as long as he never ate any of the fruit that was on the orchard during work time, and he disobeyed me, so I fired him.
Well, I really don't see what that has to do with me.
Well, you technically have to pay for his actions, and so will your kids and their kids.
What? Look, he got fired for stealing. None of his descendants own you anything, and I've never been to your country. My whole family lives in Brazil.
Look, I don't think you understand. You don't actually have to pay for the apple yourself. My son took care of that about 15 years ago, which was about 15 years after the event originally happened.
Okay, what do you want me to do then?
Well, I wouldn't accept any kind of money payment for taking my apple or any kind of sincere apology either. Really, the only way that I would be satisfied is if I saw your grandfather, whom I love very much, by the way, be brutally tortured and eventually put to death for his crime against my fruit.
What? Are you crazy?
Now, relax. Like I said, about 15 years after it happened, I was about to hunt down your grandfather with my baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, and right as I was on my way out the door, my son stopped me and paid your grandfather's debt for him.
So, what did you do?
Well, I was only able to forgive your grandfather and your parents and you and your siblings and all of your children, etc., if I saw my son brutally beaten and murdered in his place, of course.
Wait, you killed your own son?
What? Of course not. You think I'm some kind of monster? I didn't actually brutally beat him and murder him. I let some guys from Rome do that instead. I just watched and was able to make sure that it happened. And let me tell you, it was an ass whooping. I'll never forget that.
That's horrible.
Well, rest assured, because of that sacrifice, you don't actually have to pay for the apple yourself, and neither do your siblings or your children and so forth. All you people have to do is just, accept my son's gift, and you'll be forgiven for that debt that you were born with.
Okay, I accept it.
Well, you see, it doesn't quite work like that. You have to accept his gift by worshiping my son forever. Oh yeah, and me. And give me 10% of your time, your money, and your talent. That should about cover it.
Whoa, wait. You want me to worship you and your dad's son and pay you regularly just because you told me a story?
Yeah, but did you listen to that story?
Oh yeah, allegedly one of my ancestors took a single piece of fruit from a man who owns the entire orchard on a continent I've never been to years before I was even born.
You've got it right so far.
Then you fired him and let some guys beat your son to death while you watched it just so that every generation of my family would have to worship you and your dad's son?
Well, yeah, but also you'd send me money. 10% of everything you earn, remember?
Yeah, no thank you. Weirdo.
What, this doesn't sound like a good deal to you? If I told you the idea came from an omniscient being that you just couldn't possibly understand, would it sound any better? If no, then Christianity is probably not the religion for you.
Já faz tempo que eu queria te falar das coisas